I didn't become debt-free by accident. I crawled my way out of a deep, dark hole because I finally understood a simple truth. No one was coming to save me. I had to save myself. My journey wasn't a stroke of luck or a sudden windfall. It was a deliberate plan executed with the desperation of someone who had finally had enough. It was a choice to stop drowning and start fighting. This fight for financial freedom became the single most important battle of my adult life, and it is a battle you can win too. The peace I have today was not given to me. It was earned, $1 at a time. We are not born knowing how to handle money. School teaches us about historical dates. School teaches us about complex math formulas. We learn the names of distant rivers. We learn the structure of a plant cell. Yet, the one skill that touches every single day of our lives, personal finance, is often left out of the classroom. The most powerful change in my journey did not involve a spreadsheet or a calculator. It was a shift in my mind. For a long time, I secretly hoped for a miracle. Maybe I would get a huge promotion. Maybe a distant relative would leave me a small fortune. I was passively waiting for a rescue that was never going to come. The moment I looked in the mirror and said, "No one is coming to save me," was the moment everything changed. That realization was not depressing. It was empowering. It meant that I was no longer a passenger in my own life. I was the driver, and I could finally choose a new destination. This mindset shift turns fear into fuel. When you are waiting for a savior, you are powerless. You are at the mercy of outside forces. But when you accept that you are your own savior, you reclaim your power. The fear of your debt does not disappear overnight. Instead, you channel that nervous energy into action. Every small step you take, every dollar you pay down, becomes a victory. We grow up learning algebra, chemistry, and random facts we'll never use. Yet no one teaches us how to manage money, control spending, or break out of financial stress. We are handed diplomas. Then we're pushed into a world of credit card offers, car loans, mortgages. We stumble into debt not because we are bad people, but because we are untrained people. We are simply unprepared for the complexities of a financial world designed to keep us borrowing. The system is not your friend. Let that sink in. There is an entire industry that profits from your confusion and your debt. Banks, credit card companies. They make billions from interest payments. Advertisements flash across our screens every second. They tell us happiness is just one more purchase away. They sell us a lifestyle we cannot afford, financed with money we do not have. They want you to believe that debt is normal. They want you to think carrying a balance is just how life works. Their success depends on your continued struggle. Becoming debt-free is an act of rebellion against this system. This confusion creates a cycle of stress and shame. The weight of debt is more than just financial. It is emotional. It strains relationships. It steals your sleep at night and your joy during the day. It makes you feel trapped, as if you are working hard but getting nowhere. I lived in that prison for years. I felt the constant low-grade anxiety that comes with owing money to other people. The turning point for me was not a sudden inheritance. It was not a lottery win. It was a decision. I decided that I was done being a victim of my own financial ignorance. I decided to learn the rules of the game so I could finally start winning. You stop focusing on the size of the mountain and start focusing on the next step in front of you. This is how you begin the climb. It is how you transform overwhelming anxiety into focused, productive work. Pain is a powerful motivator. I want you to remember the feeling of dread when you look at your credit card statement. I want you to think about the opportunities you have missed because you did not have the money. Remember the stress it puts on your family. Do not run from that pain. Use it. Let it be the fire that keeps you going when you feel like giving up. The temporary discomfort of cutting your spending or working a side job is nothing compared to the long-term agony of being buried in debt. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. The first step is often the hardest, but it is the most critical. You must face the truth. I call this Step 1. Know your enemy. You need to list every single debt you have. Do not hide from it. Do not estimate. Get the exact, up-to-the-penny numbers. Write it all down on a single sheet of paper or in a notebook. List the name of the creditor, the total amount you owe, the interest rate, and the minimum monthly payment. Seeing that total number in black and white will likely be a shock. It might make you feel sick to your stomach. Good. That feeling is the start of real change. You cannot fight an enemy you refuse to look at. Once you have your list, you can see the whole battlefield. For me, that list was a physical representation of my stress. Each line item was a weight on my shoulders. I had a student loan, 2 credit cards, a car payment, and a small personal loan. Seeing it all in one place was terrifying, but it was also the first time I felt a glimmer of control. The monster was no longer hiding in the shadows. I had dragged it into the light. Now, I could make a plan to defeat it. This single sheet of paper becomes your map. It shows you where you are, so you can chart a course to where you want to be. Now we move to Step 2. Make a tiny budget. Forget complicated software and confusing categories. You need a simple, zero-based budget. This means you give every single dollar of your income a job to do before the month begins. Start by listing your total monthly income after taxes. Housing, utilities, food, transportation. These are your 4 walls. After those are covered, list your other necessities and the minimum payments on all the debts from your list. The goal is simple. Income minus all expenses should equal 0. This forces you to be intentional with every penny. Let's look at a simple example to make this real. Imagine your take-home pay is $2,500 per month. Your rent is $900. Groceries are $300. Utilities and phone are $250. Transportation is $100. Your total minimum debt payments are $250. That adds up to $1,800. This leaves you with $700. In a zero-based budget, you must assign that $700 a job. You might put $100 into a beginner emergency fund, allocate $100 for miscellaneous spending, and then throw the remaining $500 as an extra payment toward your smallest debt. This is not about perfection. It is about creating a plan and telling your money where to go, instead of wondering where it went. The journey begins when you decide to be your own hero. With your budget in hand, it is time for Step 3. Pick a method you can keep. There are 2 popular strategies for paying off debt: the debt snowball, the debt avalanche. The avalanche method has you pay extra on the debt with the highest interest rate first. Mathematically, this saves you the most money over time. However, personal finance is only 20% head knowledge. It is 80% behavior. That is why I am a huge fan of the debt snowball. With this method, you list your debts from smallest to largest, regardless of interest rate. You pay minimums on everything, but you attack the smallest debt with every extra dollar you can find. When you pay off that first, smallest debt, you get a quick win. You have freed up an extra payment and tasted victory. It feels amazing. You then take the money you were paying on that cleared debt and roll it onto the next smallest debt. Now you are making an even bigger payment. As you knock out each debt, your snowball of extra payments gets bigger and bigger, and you start knocking out debts faster and faster. I chose the snowball because I needed those wins. They kept my hope alive and proved to me that the plan was working. Next comes Step 4, cut habits that waste money. This is where you find the extra cash to throw at your debt snowball. You must go through your budget with a fine-tooth comb and question every expense. This is not about living on bread and water forever. It is a temporary season of intense focus. Look at the small recurring leaks in your financial boat. That daily $5 latte is over $100 a month. That is $1,200 a year you could be using to pay off a credit card. Packing your lunch 3 days a week could easily save you another $150 a month. These small changes seem insignificant on their own, but they add up with incredible speed. I challenge you to do a no-spend month on a category like clothing eating out. Cancel the streaming services you barely watch. Switch to a cheaper cell phone plan. Every dollar you free up is another soldier in your army against debt. I started by bringing coffee from home, cutting my cable bill. That alone gave me an extra $130 each month to accelerate my debt snowball. You will be shocked at how much money you can find when you are truly motivated to look for it. This is not about sacrifice. It is about focus. Once you have cut your expenses to the bone, it is time to go on offense. Step 5 is simple. Make more money, even a little. The fastest way to get out of a hole is to stop digging and get a bigger shovel. Your income is your most powerful wealth-building tool. Increasing it, even temporarily, can supercharge your debt-free journey. This does not mean a second full-time job tomorrow. Look for small opportunities to earn extra cash. Drive for a rideshare service a few nights a week. Deliver food on the weekends. Think about the skills and resources you already have. Writing, organizing, graphic design. Offer your services on a freelance website. Do you have a garage full of stuff you haven't used in years? Have a massive garage sale. Sell items online. I sold everything that was not nailed down. I took on extra projects at my job. I delivered pizzas on Friday and Saturday nights. That extra $300 to $500 a month felt like a fortune. It was a temporary, focused sprint, not a new career. Every extra dollar went straight toward my smallest debt, making my snowball grow faster. Now you need a way to make your plan run on its own. Step 6. Automate your payments. Willpower is a finite resource. You can't rely on it for dozens of good monthly decisions. Build a system that works even when you're tired or unmotivated. Automation is your best friend. Set up automatic payments for minimum debt payments. Set up automatic payments for essential bills. That ensures you're never late and protects your credit. It also removes the temptation to spend that money elsewhere. Once minimums are automated, set up a second, separate automatic transfer. Make that transfer the extra amount for your target debt, your snowball payment. Schedule it the day after you get paid. Pay your debt first before you can spend it. When the money moves by itself, the plan becomes effortless. You're no longer debating the extra payment. The decision is already made. This simple system removes emotion and friction, making it far more likely you'll stick to the plan for the long haul. Theory is nice, but action creates results. Let's break this down into a concrete plan you can start today, right now. This is not complicated. It does not require a finance degree. It requires a decision and a little bit of work. For the next 30 days, follow these simple actions. This 1 month can set the stage for your entire debt-free journey and prove that change is possible. Forget the entire mountain for now. Just focus on taking these first few steps up the path. Here is your plan for the month. Day 1. Write down every single debt you have. Get the paperwork. Log into the accounts. Put everything on one sheet of paper. Day 2. Create your first zero-based budget. List your income and essential expenses. Give every dollar a name. Day 3. Identify and cut one small recurring habit. Cancel a subscription. Bring your coffee from home. This is your first financial win. By day 7, find one thing in your house you can sell for extra cash. List it online. Day 10. Make your first extra debt payment. Use the money from the cut habit or sold item and send at least $50 extra to your smallest debt. Feel the power of that action. By day 14, set up automatic payments for bills. Set a separate automatic transfer for extra debt payments. Day 20. Take out your debt list and your budget. Track your progress. Cross out the amount you paid. Celebrate this small win with something free, like a walk in a park. Day 30. Review your month. Sweep any leftover money from your budget toward your debt. The path out of debt is not glamorous. It is a gritty, head-down, hard-hat-on kind of work. There will be days you feel discouraged. There will be temptations to quit and go back to your old habits. But I am telling you, as someone who has been on both sides, the peace that is waiting for you is worth every ounce of temporary sacrifice. The feeling of making your last debt payment is indescribable. It is a weight lifting off your chest that you did not even realize was so heavy. It is the freedom to make choices about your life and your future that are not dictated by your past mistakes. What worked for me was not a single magic bullet. It was the consistent application of these simple steps over time. I made the plan. I used the debt snowball to build momentum. I cut my lifestyle down to the basics for a season. I worked extra hours and sold things I did not need. I automated my finances so the system did the heavy lifting. I told a trusted friend about my goal, which kept me accountable. After 6 months, I paid off my first credit card. The feeling was electric. After a year, 2 more cards were gone. The snowball was getting bigger, and my hope was growing with it. I started sleeping better. My stress level plummeted. You do not need to be perfect to win with money. You just need to be intentional. You do not need superhuman willpower. You need a system that you can follow. This plan provides that system. It is simple enough for anyone to understand and powerful enough to change anyone's life. You are not alone in this struggle. Millions of people are feeling the same weight that you are feeling right now. The system is designed to keep you stuck, but you have the power to break free. You can choose a different path. Your financial future is not written in stone. You are holding the pen. Start small. Start today. Write down your debts. Make your first tiny budget. Find $1 to send to your smallest debt. That $1 is a vote for a new future. It is a declaration that you are done being a slave to the lender. Keep taking those small steps, one after another. Celebrate every small victory along the way. The journey will be hard, but the destination, total financial freedom, is worth it. You can do this. The power to change your life is, and always has been, in your hands. If this helped you move closer to financial freedom, hit subscribe. Your debt-free future starts right here.